Hi, this is Dee at Aloha Astro. We're looking at a new moon in the fixed Earth sign of Taurus today, Friday, May 19th, 2023. It's occurring at 28 degrees 25 minutes of Taurus at 11:53 a.m. Eastern Time. So let's take a look at the forecast here for the day. New moon in Taurus, Friday, May 19th, highlights the potential of abundance and pleasure to be found in the power of being able to change your perspective, combined with attention and diligence directed toward creating the best possible version of your vision, as the moon and sun in Taurus form two minor grand trine aspect patterns. The first drawing upon the inspiration of Neptune in Pisces and the magnetic empowerment of Pluto, and the second bringing action-oriented Mars in nurturing Cancer into play, while Venus in Cancer forms a trine to Saturn in Pisces. The heavy emphasis on the earth and water element at this lunation puts you in touch with your instincts and intuition, which can be enhanced to work in your favor when you give them a foundation to build upon, your imagined desire followed by a plan, program, or practice. Jupiter, the North Node, and Mercury in Taurus, in a T-square with Mars and Pluto, indicates danger is hidden in choosing to remain with what feels familiar and comfortable, rather than confronting your fear of change in order to learn and grow. You can enter the flow state wherever the material and spiritual merge, in nature, art, music, sex. Tune into all your senses. Now let's take a look at the chart and see how things are looking right now. We've had this pattern, which I call angel wings. I'm not sure if it has a technical name, but I always see it as the wings overlapping and the shoulders being at the top of the wing pattern, and the tips of the wings here are Mars and Pluto. We've had these going on for the past week, which has been helping with forward motion, things manifesting, if you are really focusing on what you are intending to be creating. We have also had for about a week to 10 days this aspect pattern, the T-square, which has been rather challenging. The majority of people that I've been working with the last 10 days are feeling intensely and deeply and having some unusual experiences that have this kind of um, threatening energy to them, or powerful, intimidating. I feel like it's exposing a lot of things that are hidden and dark, or it's bringing opportunities to step into power by a deeper and closer examination of your own blocks, fears, limitations. During this past week, we've had Jupiter come out of Aries, move into Taurus. So on top of the T-square that it's been involved in, it changed signs. And when a major planet, a slow-moving planet, changes signs, we often get that disoriented feeling as the new energy comes in and the old energy is going. The North Node is involved there, and that's going to bring the idea of lessons, whether you're about to learn them, or you're going to be teaching them, or you have now learned something and you're not going to make the same mistakes again. That's really up to you and the particular situation. We've also had Mercury recently come out of a retrograde. Now it's able to be moving forward, and there's something that feels very momentous, and the feeling of, tension, struggle, something that could be dangerous or explosive, is inherent with a Mars-Pluto opposition. And we have the instability of Aquarius, but it also brings some genius, or the ability to do things in a different way this time, not make a previous mistake or error. It definitely signals, like wait, stop, think, be cautious before making an impulsive decision or action. But it's also putting pressure to make a decision and take an action, and not let growth and greater opportunity for understanding or power pass you by. That it may be time to do something. You may be pressured to do something, and it could be detrimental to keep doing things the same old way. You have to really look at the situation and see what is it going to cost you if you do or if you don't. And we've had these planets um, feeling the Aquarius energy for the last couple of days, because as the moon was approaching the sun, it passed over Uranus, and we had that energy of unpredictable or uncertain, the desire to know, as well as the itch to do something impulsively. And that's been squaring Saturn. So you have to really think about the changes that you're making and whether they are constructive or not constructive. Right after this lunation, the moon's at the final or close to the final degree of Taurus, and we're going to be moving into the Gemini season in just a few days. And both the moon and the sun will be tuned to that Gemini energy, which is air and it's mutable, quite different from the fixed, stubborn earthiness of Taurus. And we have another shift coming in a couple of days. May even be tomorrow, I believe, that it occurs. Yes, I think I looked it up, and it's tomorrow about 11 a.m. Mars is going to leave Cancer and move into Leo, where it becomes much more dramatic, bolder, and more inclined to follow through on that assertive energy, that fire energy of Mars, because Leo is a fire sign. So that's going to change the nature of this T-square, but we're still going to have the intensity of the T-square because Pluto will intensify everything. And now it's losing some of its cardinal energy and it's moving into fixed energy. And cardinal energy very often is the initiating, directing, launching, beginning, and the follow through or the determination comes from the fixed energy to keep it moving, keep it going. So this can be a critical new moon where you really go within and realize that you have a great deal of manifesting ability, and that anything that you really pour your care and attention into is going to produce for you and make something happen, make something grow. Therefore, don't look at what you don't want to look at. Don't spend your time beating the proverbial dead horse. Look toward where you're going to have growth and abundance or happiness, and do not feed the negativity or the fear, but you also have to look logically and rationally at what the truth of things is. And that's where the intuition and the perceptive energy that's coming about through things like Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, those are your tools to see things from both the practical material and the spiritual level. Let's take a look at the Sabian symbol. So we round up to 29 degrees of Taurus, two cobblers working at a table. Keynote the twofold character of man's mature understanding. In symbolism, the feet are the symbol of understanding. And interestingly, Pisces rules the feet. Understanding differs from mere knowledge because it implies at least some degree of identification in depth with what is being understood. Moreover, it is impossible fully to understand anything except when its opposite is taken into consideration. Well, that's true for us because we live with polarity all around us. You might not know joy unless you know sorrow. And in terms of the fully understanding, to become, to be inspired, and then to become through the practice, the discipline, until you come to the point of understanding, until it is foundational in you. The mental process of understanding, and therefore of appreciation, and Taurus is very much associated with gratitude appreciating what you have, especially if you're wanting to attract more good things in life. Gratitude and appreciation will help you manifest more of the good things. Implies confrontation between 2 points of view. Thus, the mind gains a sense of perspective. The sign that opposes Taurus, even though we do not have planets moving through there right now, we still have the, I did not toggle on, the south node, but we do have the lunar nodes, which is where our lessons come in, and the karmic significance of things. We have Mercury conjunct the north node, and they are in opposition to, and Jupiter is as well, in opposition to the south node in Scorpio. And Scorpio is the sign that perceives and seeks to perceive, to dig underneath, find what is hidden. We've also got issues of trust, things like loyalty, betrayal, that can come up when the lunar nodes are being activated, as they are right now. So back to this. The way to dispel, okay, and therefore of appreciation implies confrontation between 2 points of view. Thus the mind gains a sense of perspective. The way to dispel a shadow is to have the object illumined on its own two-dimensional level by 2 sources of light. True understanding dissipates any intellectual shadow. The 2 cobblers symbolize 2 contrasting ways of approaching in the understanding of an experience, especially a new experience. What this lunation is highlighting is the material, the practical side of approach, as well as the spiritual side of approach, especially a new experience, and they provide concrete forms which may clothe and protect the understanding. Anything that you are looking to begin at this new moon, having a good foundation in place is very important. You can create your own failure right now as much as you can create your own success. So it is very important that you are committed, that your heart's in it, and that you have the support that you need, or you've done your preparation and groundwork, or that you know you are capable of doing the work. And then you'll be fine. If you simply are feeling the urge for something new, but you go about it half-assed, you're not going to go very far, or you're going to probably get to a certain point and then things will fall apart. This is the 4th stage of this 12th fivefold sequence. It reveals symbolically the way in which a mature individual mind works in an attempt to gain perspective. A true perspective becomes the foundation upon which to build a new approach to life. Foundations are important at this lunation. Working within the creative forces of nature as well, you may or may not have a connection to nature. I can recommend Michelle Small-Wright's work at paralandra.org to learn more about the co-creative energy that exists between mankind and nature. She has a great deal of experience in not just gardening, but in energy work, and believes that a lot of our imbalance in life comes about from no longer interacting with nature and connecting, that we insulate ourselves from nature and feel as though it's something we have to protect ourselves from, rather than working alongside it and inviting it into our lives. So that may be something you'd be interested in studying a bit more if you do want to tap into the very rich and strong nature energy that is present when we are in that Taurus season. Taurus is a Venus-ruled sign. We currently have its ruler, Venus, moving through Cancer, and that's an extremely nurturing water sign. A lot of good can come about right now if you're looking at good things and you're focusing your energy in a directed way. but do be alert and aware that even in safe or good situations, there can be danger, such as right in the midst of abundance is greed and excess. Having too much can sometimes be a negative situation for people, especially in something like the raising of children. If they are always given everything that they want and need immediately, and they never understand the value in working, or in the value of being able to um, really want something and have to take measured steps in order to gain it, they won't have the appreciation and care for what they have received. So it's the same even when we're adults. We tend to appreciate the things that we gain through greater struggle. And therefore, don't shy away from the struggle. Just be sure that you have the stamina, you have the love that it's going to take to get through those challenges, learn the lessons, and that you do believe that you truly are on the right path and you're willing to do the work to stay upon that path. As the Jupiter North Node Mercury sextile to Saturn, that's kind of saying everything in here says where there's a will, there is a way. And, you know, God helps those who help themselves. So putting forth the effort is important, but also the appreciation of the material and the spiritual world, and bringing them together to manifest your best possible outcome. That's it until the next lunation, when we look at a full moon 2 weeks from now. Do stay safe, enjoy the season, make beautiful things, get ready for the shift to some mental creativity and social stuff going on as we approach Gemini, and the increased creativity and desire for play that's going to come about as Mars moves into Leo tomorrow. Take care.